Just plus to stats. Choose a common talent. More toughness, sure. Okay. Alright, save again. Did a lot there. And return to Void Ship. I wonder if that's the end of this DLC or just the end of this little bit. Because I'm sure Solomorn is going to find some excuse to stay on the ship. That's it. So you can't go back there. Alright. Well, that was something. Let's see. Alright, go back to the warp. I'm sure at some point Solomorn will stop us and want to talk. Okay, let's reduce the risk of travel to that destination. And head there. Lord Captain, we've received an astropathic message from Dargonis. Achilles Scalander reports Xenos raid against a merchant ship in the silence of Mare Segret. The coordinates of a hypothetical contact have been forwarded to the crew. If you wish to support your subjects and fight back against the Xenos personally, we must hurry. It is unlikely that a merchant ship will be able to resist the enemies of humanity for long. It was discovered that one of the smaller vats in Engine Hall 5, which should have been filled with wastewater, instead contained a liquid that looked like blood. This incident was deemed not to be of a serious concern, and everything went back to normal as soon as the ship returned to real space. The Immaterium released us from its grip. Okay, go ahead and chart routes. Alright, where's the place under attack? Mare Seblis or something? Oh god. Silence of Mare Segret. Where is it? There. Oh god, that is quite a few jumps. Alright, I'll head there, but it's gonna take a minute. The duty officer reported an incident in the shuttle repair bay. A security team was dispatched in response to a distress signal, but when they arrived, they discovered that the shuttle repair crew had doubled in number. Somehow, every crew member now had an identical twin, but each assured the enforcers that they were the real one. The enforcers immediately opened fire, killing everyone in the bay. The duty officer awarded the squad a commendation for their vigilance and efficiency. A scheduled service in the ship's chapel was interrupted in the most profane manner. The images of saints and martyrs depicted on the altarpiece started to move and step down from the canvas. The congregation was filled with terror and dozens have perished in the stampede. The illusion disappeared on its own, but claimed several priests and altar attendants. It is said their frenzied shrieks can still be heard echoing under the vaults of the chapel during prayer. Alright. Save and visit. Let's see if we can find these naughty ships. I think that's it. So I headed straight here in the fastest route possible, so if this isn't here in time, not much I can do about it. Okay. Alright, I got 2 friendships and 3 enemies in front of me.
Sail upon the seas of void.
Alright, one down.
Set course.
Ooh, good little interceptor. Oh my goodness. Immediately took that thing out. Ah, my booty. I shot my ship in the butt. Wait, is there more? But wait, there's more. Okay. Make a sharp turn. Deploy the more boys. Reboot the shields.
Set course.
No, they're shooting my escort frigate. Oh my god. They blew it up!
The destination is known. Commence the symphony of macro cannons. Initiate macro cannon barrage.
Engaging through blended plasma fire.
Battle is over. 5 ghost plates and some scrap. Did you let chat name the ship? What? Oh, Bodie McBoatface? No, I forgot I did that. A new message from Master Scalander, Lord Captain. This time he is not reporting yet another attack, but the alleged location of one of the Xenos leaders. Achilles' aides have reported that said leader will be heading an attack on the Paradise world Grantis. There's one catch: the planet belongs to Caligos Winterscale, another rogue trader. Master Scalander noted in his message that responding to a distress call is unlikely to be considered an incursion into somebody else's territory. The governor of Grantis will most likely send out a call for aid the moment the raid begins, and if your void ship happens to be nearby, no one will question your reasons for landing. Repair hull. Okay. Stuff from the ships we destroyed. Alright. Okay. Let's see. Alright, so... we still haven't done those yet. Alright, I guess right here. Let's see. Reduce the route. Let's see what this place is. The clan servicing the cooling systems has reported an incident of sorcery. The shadows in the cabins and corridors are coming to life. The Voidsmen say they see strange writhing things lurk in nooks and crannies at the edge of their vision. If they look away, the things spread over the room, gnawing on everything in their path and attacking the weak and infirm. The strange creatures cannot be caught. It is almost as if they sense they are being watched and sink into the many cracks between the machines and bulkheads. Ballistic. Order the decks to be purified with fire. The controlled scorching of decks is a labor-intensive but very familiar process for the Voidsmen serving under the ship's Infernus Master. The evacuated chambers were set on fire, burning away all filth and heresy from the darkest corners. The shadow skulkers vanished without a trace, and the denizens of the cooling systems breathed a sigh of relief. They are very happy that I burned the place with fire, chat. No new routes from there. Alright, visit. By fire be purged. That's right. Lord Captain, the Vox systems intercepted a distress signal coming from an Imperial vessel. The system contains a ship that belongs to the planetary fleet of Dargonis, the capital of the Von Valancius dynasty. The transmission is repeated at regular intervals, but the message itself is corrupted. A cacophony of requests for help, groans, and shouts. What in the world? It is your name they are shouting, Lord Captain. Refuel. 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 I don't have any extractiums right now, so I can't do anything with that. 1 fuel. 1 fuel. Gutted void ship. Let's get Jay back on the team. Miss having her. Yeah, let's do that. Alright,
Some choose wealth, others prefer power. And me, well, I'm not that picky. I'll take both.
Alright, let me look at this. Alright, so this one, plus 10 fellowship, no damage from area attacks. So this one, at the start of the Overseer's turn, enemies adjacent to the Servo Skull Swarm must pass a resistance test or get perplexed. And that just keeps stacking. Alright, let's put that there. This appears to be way better than a previous gun. This is the gun from the boss that we fought a little while ago. That on. Alright. Quick save.
Is it seemly for valued servants
This person's
of the
body is
Emperor
covered in
to
unpleasant
huddle
looking
together in
growths.
such a squalid abode?
Lay people always overvalue indications of status. Prestige is demonstrated through functional superiority, not the quantification of one's possessions.
Okay, let's try that again. This person's body is covered in unpleasant-looking growths, scabs, and ulcers. They look like fresh mutations.
One step at a time. It's the madness.
Got a bunch of mutants! I'm smelling heresy!
If I may.
But of course.
Alright, regen on everyone.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? Emperor, give me strength.
I wanted to throw a curse out so it started spreading, but she doesn't really have line of sight there.
If only that were possible.
Okay, Muck's turn.
Schemes within schemes.
One down.
A wicked thought.
I can handle this.
Spontaneous mutation. Now, what is that gonna do? Touch of the Warp grants mutants random mutation every round. It may heal, damage, blind, or grant foreboding. Okay. I'm gonna have Cabela stay near us until we can get the rest of the buffs on the group. They spit on my dog.
Emperor, protect me.
Okay.
Commands are more pleasant to give than to follow. You've got a...
She missed.
Abide in the blessed
Burb.
creations of the Omnissiah. Tech familiar. Activated.
I try to die with grace, at least. Another foe painted black.
Okay, that's done.
Okay, so
Let's
heal
see
everyone, armor
the
everyone,
throne's glory.
speed boost everyone, resolve everyone, armor everyone. Okay. Blinding strike there.
Blessed creations of the
Little graphic bug there. The bird didn't move.
significant value.
Okay, he takes those out.
Running binaric override.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? Me try to die with grace, at least.
Double zap.
Another stroke
He's
of
overcharged.
genius. War is my muse.
See if I can hit them and bring him back. Not a lot of damage.
A wicked lord. Let's
And come back. Can't reach with taunt, so just end turn.
Death comes in silence. Death is a blessing.
Splat! Blood everywhere. Oh, double eagle.
Me? Never in 1,000 sectors.
Alright, give Kibble an extra turn.
Let your soul
Pop
be
that guy.
purged.
Paint.
Hi, momentum.
Hi. Got a visitor, chat. Just a minute. Where was he at?
He was on the beanbag. Not the Ninja Turtle one, the other one.
What's up, Chip?
Pain.
Mwah.
Suffering. Why'd you turn off the green screen?
Just to make him show up better. Just for a second. He's complaining. Okay. Give him a break. Thank you for the visit. Let's see. Carnival of Misery.
The undying
So that puts
emperor
dots on
whispers
everyone.
His will.
Hi. Another visitor. Okay. Let's see. I'm actually going to send the dog back a little bit just so it can recover.
Two are better than one. Watch my back. Tell me, Jai Haydari.
Good shot.
Remember the name.
Oh, what just happened? The dog went down. No.
Tech familiar activated.
Splat. That's everything. Okay. Alright, this ship got mutants on it. Let's see. The sweetest smell coming from the dead seems odd, and the blood has an unusual hue to it. The Cogitator's machine spirit stays silent in an attempt to reach the dead systems of the destroyed ship.
What curiosity unveils itself before me?
Goods.
What
Athletics, we'll come back to
lies
that.
Beyond.
Lockbox, Pascal.
The machine gun grants me
Distraction Cape. This cape lowers all enemies' perception by fellowship bonus within 5 cells. Staff of House Cassini. All allies targeted by Navigator powers gain 2 additional movement points on the next turn. Allies targeted by Navigator powers gain +7 bonus to their characteristics until the end of the Navigator's next turn. This stacks and is prolonged until the Navigator's next turn every time it stacks. So if you just keep buffing someone every turn, it'll just keep stacking. That sounds like it could be really cool. What does her current staff
They
do?
fear to look at me because of my appearance. I fear to look at them because of their rotten-colored souls.
Oh, so this staff is the one that lets her attack twice a turn, which is also very powerful. Okay, probably keep the double attack. It would take a very long fight for +7 stat stacking to pull ahead of attack twice as often each turn. Books and items of luxury, the legality of some of them is questionable, but the Navis Nobilite often turns a blind eye to such diversions.
In this tapestry of a world, I am the rogue thread.
Alright, athletics, clear a
Genius
passage.
triumphs.
That's a lot of meat. That's a lot of meat. The Navigator's Throne. The handles are extremely worn with visible marks left by nails, evidence of the terrifying... Wait, hold on. Evidence of the terrifying hours spent locked in battle with the power of the warp. Muck, what if you had a power outage and lost your daily stream streak? We did once. I streamed for 10 minutes from a phone, and I had my face against the camera like, can you see me? This still counts. It still counts. And then the power came back on, and I was like, oh, I don't have to keep doing this.
Patience! My nerves are frayed!
Someone said, have you seen Guild Wars 2 Twitter? Hang on. Mark your calendars and ready your theories. There's much more info to come into about the new Elite Specs and Visions of Eternity with 3 deep dive blogs and live streams planned. Here's when and when. What is this? Okay. Alright, I guess I can do a little bit. This is... There's not a lot of information in this. They already told us that every Wednesday we were going to get a blog post, and every Friday we were going to get a stream. This has a hair more information than that.
They will see. Oh,
The leader of the
yes,
ravaged ship's crew wipes the sweat from his brow in a motion characteristic of navigators. Not with a whole hand, but with 2 fingers moving from left to right and back so as not to touch the third eye by accident. This movement is the only sign of fatigue he allows himself. His posture is immaculate, shoulders wide, eyes front, as if he did not just emerge from a grueling battle and is simply greeting you on the bridge on an uneventful day. My greetings, your lordship. There is no need for introductions. I know the heirs of the House von Valancius by sight. I am Han of House Cassini, navigator on this vessel, and as the senior surviving officer, I assumed command after the incident. Lady Navigator, what an unexpected and pleasant meeting considering the circumstances. Han decorously dips his head to Cassia. I have not had the honor of being personally acquainted with you, but I of course know the emblem of House Orselio. How fares the honorable regent? Cassia Orselio, she offers a reserved nod. Cordiality will not disguise the ice-blue coldness of your words, Navigator Han. However, I will tell Regent Aranto that you inquired after his health. You may pass all my best wishes to Novator Cassini. Now let's set the pleasantries aside. I'm sure the rogue trader would like to ask you a few questions. As Han speaks, others glare at you with dour tension. Up close, you can plainly see that every one of them is a mutant. Their faces and bodies bear the mark of incredibly grotesque deformities, the same as the muttering madmen who attacked you. However, Han's associates seem perfectly clear-eyed, showing no signs of madness. Dogmatic is just attack him on sight? Okay, that's a bit too lawful stupid. Alright. What happened to the ship and the crew, Han? The ship is assigned to the port of Dargonis. Some time ago, the captain was instructed to deliver a package, urgently, by hand, to you, your lordship. We were even shown a pic of your face. The navigator's voice seems calm, yet there is tension in his eyes, which are trained on you. The disaster struck during the warp jump. I will never know all the details as I was preoccupied with my primary duties, but for some reason, the captain decided to open the package. That, as you may have noticed, had a most destructive impact on the crew. Han frowns. The package contained a chaos artifact, a chaos bomb, if you will. The moment it was removed from its protective cocoon, the crew began to lose their mind and mutate. The first to be afflicted was the captain and the senior officers, but the effect spread with incredible speed. Every deck was consumed by it, every last one. The raging mutants, no longer sane, damaged many systems. The ship was in distress and would have almost certainly been destroyed had I not resorted to making an emergency exit from the warp. The people you see here are the only survivors, or rather the only ones who were able to retain both lives and sanity. I gathered everyone I could, isolated the source of danger, and sent out a distress signal. We were adrift, waiting for help to come and fighting off mad crew members, then you arrived. So the Chaos Bomb was meant for me! Who's the sender? As far as I'm aware, the order came from Kunragd Voitvir, the master of Whispers in the Rogue Trader's retinue. It is likely that he arranged the delivery either personally or through intermediaries. A heretic who is vested with legitimate power and whose latest activities remain a mystery to all. Believe me, Mukluk, an individual like your former Master of Whispers will not stop at sending a Chaos artifact in his attempts to destabilize your protectorate. Han pauses, then adds bluntly, almost brazenly. Your reaction suggests you were not expecting a package of this sort. That is good to know. I had almost convinced myself that the Rogue Trader was deliberately collecting Chaos artifacts. I am not tainted by chaos, and I knew nothing of the package. I give you my word as Rogue Trader. He gives you a searching look, then bows his head. I beg your pardon, your lordship. I saw the terrible death of the entire crew with my own eyes. I was forced to bring the ship out of the warp by means of an emergency maneuver, and then I had to fight my former comrades, insane and twisted. I am tired. However, the sender wanted all of this. Han makes a sweeping gesture at the destruction and corpses of crew members around him, to happen to your ship, not ours. Were you not affected by the mutations and madness? Well, that depends. I was born a mutant, you see. Han smiles, grimly and wearily. Navigators are taught to resist the influence of chaos, and so I have been as best as I could, but I will be frank with you, I cannot be certain that I have avoided it completely. There have been no visible indications yet. Awareness test succeeded. All signs point to Han telling the truth, but you also notice clear evidence of just how difficult it is for him to struggle against the corruption. He is extremely tired, practically exhausted. Where's